everyone doing today? I'm be talking about the Lighthouse movie for the third fucking time in a row because the first time I was doing it, it was a big shit because I don't know, sometimes recently I start having these things where I'm talking to the camera and shit and then I just randomly stop, or I get to a point where I don't know where I'm on it, so then I just stop the video and restart again. I think it's because I'm just getting way too into my head. And then the second time I was doing it, my microphone was just not even connected to my laptop. Not even that was muted, it wasn't connected to the laptop at all. So hopefully this time I actually managed to make a video talking about the Lighthouse. It's not even that hard, it's just talking to the camera, so what I usually fucking do. But anyways, this movie that I seen, I didn't really know much about before. I remember seeing Zafi's video on it, and I kind of knew a bit about it. I knew about like the light in the lighthouse and the big ass tentacle. And I remember Zafi or some shit saying that the light could have been God or whatever. Because throughout the movie, you never actually know what the light was or anything. You just know what it does to someone. It makes them go crack. But anyways, this movie I thought was actually, it was pretty solid. It was one of the most unique films I've seen, along with Good Boy. Anyone who went to see that, you're a good boy. Because Good Boy had like a dog as a protagonist, and then this movie I was like, it's black and white and it's set on one location for the entire movie. I actually like it when movies do that, when one location is the entire setting for like the whole movie. It really, gives them less, like they have to think more outside the box. They have to be creative with what they do, and I think that's pretty sick. This movie takes place in the 1890s, I'm fairly sure, and actually does look like that as well because it's in black and white, and the cameras black then as well. They would have been shit, like, so, I feel like that's cool how it's paying respects, and I think with it being black and white, I think it looks like cooler. I don't know, I think it looks like more authentic. You don't really see much more movies that are like black and white, so the fact that this was black and white kind of like, grabbed my attention more, because I'm just only seeing like colored movies and all, and then when you see black and white, it's like, oh shit, this is something different. So, and the way they talk as well is also bring respects back to how they would have talked back then, because they're talking like old English and shit. And something I didn't know as well is that the word lad gets used over here, which I think is pretty cool. Lad goes way back and we still use it. That's pretty sick. But anyways, the acting in this is really phenomenal. Willem Dafoe and this guy who played Batman in the latest Batman movie, he plays a character called Winslow, and basically what they're supposed to do is they're both going. The plot revolves around them being on this lighthouse on an island, and what they have to do is basically just do regular ass lighthouse activities. Like swab the deck, man the light, eat food, or just they're basically living in the lighthouse. And as the movie progresses, they both get more crazy and crazy until like shit just starts going wild. Shit's just going left, right, all about the place. So what I really liked about this film is how good the acting was and the fear of the unknown. I think this film done the fear of the unknown a lot. There's a lot you really don't know about this film. It's really mysterious. All the characters mysterious about it. Shit that happens, you're kind of left wondering why. The main thing that's really mysterious as well is the light in the lighthouse. We never actually really get to see what's in the light or what it was or anything. We're just like, know that, oh, you touch it, you just start going crazy, you start going berserk. It's like touching it, it's like fucking you're absorbing drugs into your system or some shit. You're having an overdose. It just makes you go cracked. And there's a scene actually that you really like, that really like made me feel uneasy, that no other scene really has made me feel as uneasy. One of the main characters, his name is, I think, Thomas Winslow, or his last name is Winslow anyway. And he has a dream where he's outside and he like hears a noise and sees something out in the ocean. He sees like a floating corpse and he like starts walking out onto the water. And I was like thinking, what is this guy doing? Because throughout the movie as well, you like hear this noise. It's like this wailing or some shit. I don't know. It just sounds like a big ass fucking SpongeBob horn just underneath the water, like But it's just the way it's played is so, it's like airy, it's creepy, and it's unsettling, and it's the fact that you don't know where it's coming from. Like it sounds like a creature that's just deep underwater. I don't know. It sounds like the Kraken or some shit. I'd like to imagine the Kraken was in this film because there's like tentacles and shit. So in this scene that I'm talking now, he's walking out into the water and he ends up like going underwater as well, and then he sees underwater, this is the part that really creeped me out, he sees underwater just some like black figurine just like swimming. I was about to say smoking towards her. Yeah, she's like taking a pull off a joint and just smoking it in his face. No, she's underwater and it's like this black figure that's swimming towards him. And what was really unsettling about it is the fact that the music in there, it didn't sound like music. It kind of I can't even remember if there was music, but the music, I'm fairly sure there was actually. The music just sounds unsettling as shit. It sounds like creepy as fuck. It doesn't even sound like music. It just sounds like ambience, and it kind of does this thing where like the more stuff that happens, the kind of louder and like kind of more hectic and crazier it gets. And I think that kind of adds to tension because you're thinking something's gonna happen now, but like you're still waiting forever. It's like it's literally just edging you on. Your toes are like gripping the floor. You don't know like when this big scary thing that's gonna happen. And the thing is, this movie doesn't use any jump scares at all. I think that's pretty cool as well. If a horror movie is able to scare you without doing any jump scares, it's a good ass horror movie and you should watch it. Because horror movies that rely too much on jump scares, the only thing that they end up achieving is just like, oh, we're flashy. It's like, oh, old man busting one out just for 2 seconds, loud sound, and that's it. But in this one, they don't really do that. They make you second guess yourself. But anyway, in the scene, this figure that's swimming towards him, it's like, I feel like it's pretty cool because it's the fear of thalassophobia. It's when you're in the ocean and you see an object and it doesn't go left or right. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then you start to realize, oh yeah, it's swimming towards you. I think that's what's pretty sick. And the fact that the mermaid, it was a mermaid actually that was swimming after Winslow. And the mermaid looks so creepy and airy and shit as well. It looked like, I don't know, it just looked like an entity. It looked like a shadow figure or some shit. Like a mermaid shadow man or whatever. Because it didn't have any features or anything. You couldn't see what it looked like. It just like was underwater. You could just see a silhouette of a mermaid. And it was just all black. It was a black mermaid just swimming towards him. And then he wakes up and everything's gone. But then throughout this movie, more weird shit starts happening. He starts like seeing a dead corpse and all. He starts having more dreams about this mermaid. He starts having sexual fantasies about fucking this mermaid, which I don't blame him because he's just like alone, trapped on this watchtower with just one other guy on the island. It's like the only other way he's gonna release his testosterone or release his sexual energy is by turning gay and giving anal to Willem Dafoe, which is like, you know, fair enough. So he has like this figurine of like the mermaid, and that's pretty much the only thing he has to like bust one out to. So yeah, it seems like, I don't know, it seems kind of cool living on an island, but if I was like there for like a month or some shit, I feel like it'd be pretty shit. And then throughout this movie, it starts getting more crazier and crazier. One main thing between these two characters is that when they're sober, they fucking hate each other. They want to go at each other's guts. They want to like they want to knock each other's teeth out. They want to send each other to the hospital. Like one of them just wants to throw them out the window or whatever. They actually hate each other's guts. But when they're drunk off the sweet out nectar, they love each other. They're like best friends. It's like they were day ones or some shit from high school. So they'd start dancing around and all. They'd start like talking to each other. They start laughing. They're like vibing along. But then they're sober. It's like, I fucking hate you. Get away from me. You breathe in my direction, I will shove a knife into your fucking chest, you twat. Go away. So yeah, it's pretty much like that. And as this movie ends up progressing, it starts getting the tension between them starts getting more stronger and stronger until one of the scenes they start fighting. Basically, Willem Dafoe and Winslow are fighting. It gets to a point where Winslow on top of Willem Dafoe, and as he's beating the shit out of him, he's like hallucinating because he's going that mental. He starts hallucinating like a mermaid, and then when he tries to go close to it, turns into Willem Dafoe's face, just like laughing. It's like, I'm gonna turn you gay. And then like as you could see behind Winslow when he's on top of Willem Dafoe, not trying to ride his dick, trying to beat the shit out of him. There's like tentacles and shit behind him, so I think it's pretty cool. And how like it's basically linking like the mermaid's like a succubus and tentacles and shit. I don't know. Tentacles also have like a sexual thing with them or whatever. I've noticed that. And he basically just beats Willem Dafoe to a pulp and makes him his bitch. He like the next scene, the next morning they get up, he basically just gets up and makes Willem Dafoe bark for him. And it's funny, it's ironic as well, because earlier on in the scene, Willem Dafoe is like getting mad at Winslow. He's like, you dirty dog, you shot all over the floors and pissed all over the carpet, you dirty dog, you sea dog. You know, he starts basically throughout this whole film, Willem Dafoe gets Winslow to do all the work for free. He turns Winslow into a house slave. It is like the 1800s, except it's two white guys in a sea light, and one of them's turning them into a slave. He even docks his pay. He just gets them to do all the work for free because Willem Dafoe said so because he owns the lighthouse first. He was here first, so he can basically bitch them around as much as he wants. But anyways, for the rest of the film, after Winslow bet the shit out of Willem Dafoe, he basically makes Willem Dafoe his bitch and starts like walking him through the ground and shit, or like on all fours as a doggy and all. And I think what this movie does really well is foreshadowing. There's a scene earlier on in the movie where a seagull or some shit. I don't know. This seagull had like the spirit of like Jay from like In-Betweeners. He's just rage baiting Winslow like the whole time. He like started constantly pecking at the window and he's like trying to go to sleep or whatever. It's like an alarm clock, but it's without batteries and it's sentient and it just keeps waking him up. It's trying to turn him into a schizo. And then earlier on in a scene when he's outside, he's like bringing someone in a wheelbarrow. The seagull just was like, it wouldn't move. It was just annoying him, and then it just flew up and flew at him and started like attacking him and all. So then Winslow, he had enough. He grabbed the seagull and started bashing him off the rock as much as he fucking can, like it was a dog or like it was a doll or some shit. Or he's just like lost the game on siege. He just had to break his controller, except his controller was a seagull. He's just bashing it off the rock constantly over and over again. The rock was literally being painted with red, bro. Like, he was the painter and he's painting the rock in the seagull's bloods. And then later on he beats Willem Dafoe to a pulp. So I think the foreshadowing there is actually pretty solid as well. There's other shit as well that really catches you off guard. Like there's this one scene where they're just talking or they're just having their dinners. I don't know, they're having like this bacon and chips or whatever. It looks like ready meal they just get from Lidl's. They hear like bangs at the door and you never really know what that is or anything. They don't do the stupid ass classic horror movie decision. They hear something banging. Oh, you gonna check that out? Yeah, let's go greet the neighbors. Maybe they want to come in and have a cup of tea for me. I can just turn on the kettle. I can get them biscuits. We can catch up. We can have the chats. None of that happens. They never get to see they never get to see what was making. We never get to see what was making that noise, and I don't think the two characters were making that noise. So there's like that sense of mystery and all. I really like that, and I think the biggest sense of mystery that I probably already mentioned is the light. Towards the end of the film, or in some scenes of the film, Winslow would be like walking upstairs towards the lighthouse, and he'd see the light is on, and he'd see Willem Dafoe's up there as well. But Willem Dafoe, he's like having a wank or some shit. He's busting one out. And then afterwards, he could see like a tentacle just like writhing around or some shit. So he's like wondering, I want to know what's up there. So he tries to get the keys off Willem Dafoe, and when he does get the keys off Willem Dafoe and goes up there, he touches the light. He puts his hand in the light. It's like when Dipper put his hand in the glory hole and like his hand got like licked on or some shit. I don't know. He was in pain or whatever. It's kind of like that. But when he touches the light, he starts going insane. It's like he's absorbing cocaine through his skin into his system, and he starts going crazy. It's like it literally is like he's had the best nut of his life, and then he ends up falling down the stairs and just cuts abruptly immediately. That's also something I forgot to mention. This movie is like, I think this is part of the mystery or some shit, or it's just like so abrupt that it's just like what's gonna happen next. Is to like actually it's to catch you off guard. Yeah. It's to be unexpected as fuck. So there's one scene in the movie where Willem Dafoe was painting it wasn't Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe is the bitch master and Winslow is his bitch boy for this whole movie. That's actually how it is. Winslow was painting the lighthouse and Willem Dafoe was holding the platform for him, helping him, stay steady and shit. And then the rope or the thing that's holding the platform to it, it snaps and Winslow falls on the ground. But it cuts off immediately as he touches the ground. You don't see him like get to fully collapse on the ground, go to sleep. It's just like the second you hear it just cuts immediately. And the same happens after he touches light. After he touches light, he ends up falling down the stairs, and it just cuts. And then the next scene is just him lying down on the outside on the shore, dead, being pecked on by seagulls. And another foreshadowing actually is I didn't notice this as well at first, but my friend told me after he rewatched the film, he was describing to Winslow how he'd die. He's saying, oh yeah, you'd be pecked by seagulls now. They'd be feasting on you like your Haribos. And I think that's pretty cool. And movies do foreshadowing. I really like that. But yeah, this film, it's like, I heard one thing also forgot to mention. There was barely any dialogue throughout this film. It's just them doing the regular everyday activities, and like you just get the kind of growing sense that like something's not up, something's gonna happen. It's like this whole movie, if I used to describe it, it's kind of like a build up to one scene. It's kind of like it's going down and it just crashes and just crashes down with like unexpected as shit and the craziness. The way I just described, it's basically just a build up to something crazy that's gonna happen. I don't know why the fuck that was so hard to explain. But yeah, throughout this film, there's barely any dialogue between them. The only time there'd be dialogue is when it was dinner time, when they'd just be eating their food, and that's it. And it's still interesting and shit. So yeah, I really like this film. It was one of the most unique films I ever seen. And see you later.